Gina Carano is she's being very vocal right now on the on Twitter, and it's very unusual for us to see something like that from Gina Carano because for the past few years she's actually been kind of incognito when it comes to voicing her opinion. So it is very rare to see something like this, but nonetheless, last night she came out with a fire tweet about the SAG strike and about this person that I just made a video about. Another video about a couple days ago. So make sure you guys check the channel for my Rachel Zegler video that I released a couple days ago, which also is tagged in that video. In the end, there's a link for that one for my other Rachel Zegler video that I did a few months ago. So make sure you guys check that out after this live stream or after you guys end up watching this later on down the road. But nonetheless, let's go ahead and get into what Gina Carano said about this whole situation of the strike, Rachel Zegler, in the entertainment industry, and big and small movie studios. What an odd strike this is. Small non-studio productions are having trouble getting waivers, but studios get the interim agreements left and right. Meaning that, just to give you guys a little preface, Rachel Zegler, who is in the Hunger Games movie coming up, the Ballad of, I think, Songs of Snakes or something like that, the Out of Snow prequel movie, whatever, and she's in a lead role in that movie, or one of the lead roles in that movie, and she just got a waiver pretty much from the union, the actors union, to promote her movie. And so what Gina's saying, well, how come these big studios are doing it, but the smaller studios aren't getting these same waivers so they can actually, and these are the small studios are the ones that are actually putting in more work, the ones that are actually getting the real actors that actually want to be there, that will be there regardless of what kind of pay it is because they love what they do. Now, I don't know if she's on board with the whole like equal pay for all the whatever, because I'm not on board with that whole thing. But I'll get more into what I think about the whole thing once we get through this tweet that she's talking about. But she tweeted out last night. But she want to say, celebrities go from the picket line to their promotional tours and red carpets. What happened to that? I better get paid for every hour I stand in this dress talk. That came from Rachel Zegler, by the way, when she was talking about being on set and being paid for all the streaming hours and all that other shit. Ridiculous. So it seems like she's kind of taking a shot to Rachel Zegler, rightfully so. She's an insufferable fucking bitch. Meanwhile, the people who are actually suffering are the crews and actors not part of studio projects or the in-group to get their waivers granted. The ones whose money will run out quicker, the ones who are having to pick up a second line of work, that's true. The ones who will be controlled a whole lot easier once the strike ends based off of desperation to work. Think that was by accident? Maybe they should have granted waivers for all the non-studio productions, keep people working, and halt all studio productions if they really wanted to make a difference and reach a faster agreement. Who is this strike really intended to hurt again? That's a good question. The actors, by the way, in case you guys don't know. Better make a deal quick. People are starting to notice. I'm sure it'll be in favor of all the right people, and all the right people will pat themselves on the back on an excellent deal and months of suffering well worth the wait. At least while you're at it, you could throw into the agreement that it will never again be permitted to allow any production to force inject poison. I mean, experimental jabs. Yep, she went there. She went there into people's bodies in the name of science ever again. Hey, where's my boy Warthog when you need him, man? Where's my boy Warthog when you need him? Because that in itself wasn't something big enough to have had a huge strike over. Bro, she's spitting right now. I want to let y'all know, Gina Carano is spitting right now. The hypocrisy is palpable. The system is rigged and littered with posers. Art is free. Creativity is your rebellion. You don't need permission to do that. Great tweet. Great tweet by Gina Carano. Because look at this, man. You got a picture right here, Rachel Zegler, who decided to spend 5 minutes at the strike, put on a shirt, made sure she took a photo, made sure she posted it, made sure she got millions of fucking likes on it. And here we go. Rachel Zegler tweets this out or posts it on Instagram. We have an interim agreement. Thank you, SAG-AFTRA and Lionsgate. And now she's gonna go on and ruin the whole fucking rollout for Hunger Games. You want to know why? Because she's ruined every rollout she's been on. In fact, she's ruined the Snow White rollout so bad that they delayed the movie a whole fucking year just to have damage control. So if you think for 1 second that she's not going to ruin the rollout for the Hunger Games movie coming out here in a couple weeks, you got another thing coming. Now, when it comes to the whole interim agreement thing, and having it for small studios, I think, look, if you're going to have this agreement for big studios, yes, have it for small studios as well. Fam, you have the absolute best job in the world that a lot of people would kill to even be paid $5 an hour to have. People actually have passion what they do. Rachel Zegler has not shown that she's had any kind of fucking passion for this shit. And the reason why I pick Rachel Zegler is because she's the one that stands out. She's the one that's in the forefront of all this shit. The one that's in front of the cameras every time you turn around saying something dumb shit. Contradicting herself. Openly being a fucking hypocrite and saying, oh well. This is the fucking problem. Because you have a whole bunch of Rachel Zeglers and Ron Perlmans of the world that are just mad at the fact that these people, they don't agree with me. Now I'm just gonna make a video and start cussing people out and they've halted this, they've halted that. I need to be the poster boy for this. I need to be the poster boy for that. At the end of the day, Rachel Zegler. At the end of the day, Ron Perlman. At the end of the day, anybody else, countless number of actors and actresses over the past few months or couple months that have just come out with these videos, especially Deadline, who, by the way, no, Deadline didn't block me. Discussing Film, by the way, who blocked me on Twitter. Just every fucking 5 minutes. Oh, so-and-so uploaded a video about how they're mad about the strike. And they had this advice for the strike. I always told you guys this. If you are smart enough, you would not be signed to a union. Period. If you knew from day one that at a moment's notice they just pull the plug on something or hit stop, push that stop button, and anybody signed to the union cannot fucking work. You're going to lose money just because the union said, "Oh, we have too many people not getting paid enough. We're just going to strike." So not only are we going to go on strike, and if you're an actor, you can say, "Hey, I don't, I'm going to stay with the studio that I'm going to be acting in and whatever. I'm going to keep my work over here. Y'all can strike. I still support y'all, whatever." No. It's not even that kind of union. It's the union where they say, no. Even if you don't want to go on strike, you're not working. You can't work. You have to choose. You have the choice to whether you want to strike with us or not, and ask and beg and get on our hands and knees and suck dick for quote unquote equal pay, or you could just not sign in the fucking union. That plain and simple. Now, I know that there's some possibilities that you might not. There's not as many opportunities, but it's the same thing with getting a fucking with getting the jab for the vax. It's like, oh well, you gotta have this, you gotta have the vax for this, you gotta have that. Well, nice knowing you. Nice to know you. All right, what does that thing Pat Maverick says? Keep it moving. So that's my whole thing on this situation. You already know how I felt. I've talked about ad nauseum at this point on this channel about the actors' strike, the whole SAG-AFTRA thing. I've talked ad nauseum about how I'm just so sick and tired of these entertainers acting like they need to be babied on every fucking thing. Oh, woe is me. Feel bad for me. I'm a victim. Blah blah. We fight for representation. Like, you even had the writers just a few weeks ago come out and like a couple of these writers come out, or maybe I meant directors. I can't remember, but So that, oh, I can't wait to get back. So that, you know, we have so many stories of where people are not being represented right now because nothing's being written. And I'm like, bro, we have been talking about representation for the past at least 10 years. I feel like we've covered it all. We've covered all the representation in the fucking world. Can we get back to just writing good fucking stories, writing good shows, writing good movies, good writers and professional wrestling again? Like, can we please do that? Can we please, for the love of God, get back to just honing in on your craft and just praising creativity? If we're going to praise anybody, praise the creativity. Praise the actors who can actually act. Praise the actresses that can actually act. Let's stop sucking the dick of people that just go out here and virtue signal because they want a job. That's Rachel Zegler. That's all I'm saying. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Hit me up.